ओ इसका थोड़ा आदत डालना पड़ेगा। Okay. Hello my friends, so you can see this is Super Meteor. I have come for a test ride of Super Meteor. The first thing strikes you is the foot peg. The position of the foot peg, you are not used to that. And it will take a few minutes for me to get used to the foot peg. The acceleration, since the bike is a new one, the acceleration is good compared to my Interceptor. You know, I am an Interceptor rider, and okay, fine. The sitting posture is comfortable. The engine is smooth compared to this Interceptor that I ride. Engine is appearing smooth, and acceleration is also good, just like my Interceptor. But the main thing, in spite of its being 240 kgs, you just don't feel the weight. You feel the weight on Interceptor, on your wrist, on your shoulders and elbow. You feel the weight a lot. With this one, you just don't feel the weight. People have been telling this, and that's true. You just don't feel the weight. While changing gear, it takes a little bit more than what you need to do on Interceptor because of the position only. That's purely personal. It's not general for this bike. If you get used to, it will be fine. So I'm negotiating a crowded road full of traffic, and I'm not feeling anything like being heavy. Okay, one thing I must share right this moment, that you can get it from my voice, that my voice is shaking. It's because the shock absorber is hard, and the bike is shaking. The rear is shaking quite considerably. It's shaking considerably, making my voice shaky. You can make it out. Let me check the acceleration. Fine, excellent, just like Interceptor. Oh, good. I like it. Which gear? I don't know. Maybe 5th gear. Yeah, it's 5th. I'm on 5th. And the ride is smooth. Let me engage 6th. Yeah, I have engaged 6th gear. And the speed is 75. And that is good. The horn is dab. That is not an issue. Anybody can put a better horn anytime they want. Yeah. The audio is almost similar to Interceptor. I will record the sound, the audio of the exhaust. So it's the first time I'm putting my feet after So the first impression is that the handlebar is wide, not too wide, it's wide just like the Interceptor, and the foot pegs, you position them and then you accelerate. The acceleration is good. Just see here, I will be accelerating. See, this is the acceleration. This is the acceleration. This is the free road that I wanted to ride. Yeah, it has gone to 100 with no time. The acceleration is fine, and 6th gear it's going at 110. At 6th gear it's going at 110. That 110 is my custom speed. I mostly ride at 110 when on highway, and sitting is very comfortable. It's nice. It's nice. The brake is good. The rear brake I just applied. I thought that boy will be taking this lane, but he did not. So I applied the brake. This is the rear brake. You can see the effect. It's good. It's nice. So from here I will be taking a right turn for a test ride. This is good. There is no harm in taking a right turn from here because the signal is given to the right. Oh, fine. You see, I turned the bike without putting my feet down, and so slow, it was dead slow. Just with no speed, without putting my feet, I took the right turn. So it's really good, and I am taking this curved road, and it's feeling very confident. Very nice. This elevated road, except the shock absorber, I am feeling nothing. No stress at all on my arm, shoulder. And here the road, I will try to get to some speed. And 6th gear, it's at 100. It's getting to 120. Ah, it threw me on that bump, on that crevice of the road. I was lifted off the seat, and the speed is just like that. It will be very hard to achieve 140 and above, and you can very easily get to 100 just like the Interceptor. And other than the sitting posture, I hardly find any difference with the Interceptor, except for the comfort level of the seat. The seat is comfortable, I must tell. And I just shifted to neutral. You can see the neutral light. It was very easy to shift to neutral, and the exhaust while it stands still, I think you can listen to it. I will just throttle it up. Yeah, that is good. And it's green light, and I am accelerating. Felt good. I'll just take it to a road different to this side. I'll get a vacant road. Well, from here I'll try to get to an empty road that will give me some nice location to speak. So you can listen to the sound. The audio is good. A little bit heavy than the Interceptor that was originally so. But since I did a mild modification on the exhaust, not on the exhaust, the air intake system, my Interceptor sounds just like this one. Yeah, the only thing I find it not so good is the shock absorber. That is a little bit on harder side. And I don't know for a long ride how good it will be, but people have ridden and they have opined that it's okay. Actually, for a light-bodied person like me, who weighs only 66 kgs, The shock absorber is okay, that doesn't make any difference, because a heavy person actually feels more uncomfortable with hard shock absorber, and for a light bodied person like me, the shock absorber, see, this road is empty and I will just accelerate. Sixth gear, and the brake is very nice. So I'll just turn it around. It takes quite a lot of space to turn around. See, this road is quite too wide, but I'll just stop here. There is a gear indicator. It's working very nice. The engine stopped. I'll put it to side stand. Of the bike is very large. This thing looks very beautiful, which is not available on Interceptor. And overall look gives you an impression of Harley Davidson. It's a cruiser, and when it's a cruiser you compare it with Harley Davidson look. The rear fender, wide rear fender, gives a meaty look. The rear 150 section tire and twin exhaust gives it a distinct cruiser look and gives a muscle look. And this sculpted teardrop tank and this metal badge is very beautiful, and I will just put it to start to get the exhaust. So this is the exhaust sound. So what I find, there is a sound mechanism that is enabling it to throw the sound in a beat manner, like this thing, what I mean to say. This is absent in Interceptor. That is the difference with the Interceptor. So taking it off the side stand is no big deal. It's a comfortable thing, that just like the Interceptor. So those who have been handling classics, old classics and Interceptor, for them the weight is no issue. So let's go. Take a short ride back to the showroom. So what I told you while started this ride, the foot peg position, that could be a bother for me, but just within 5 minutes the foot peg position became mine, so I did not face any problem with that. And the best thing I find, that the bike is very balanced, and there is no need to put your feet down too often. And though I have nearly 28 years of experience of riding motorcycles, various motorcycles, and but I think even for a new person who will be riding it for the first time, of course having some experience of riding a motorcycle, it's going to be no issue with the weight, particularly because this bike is the heaviest motorcycle on Indian roads built by an Indian manufacturer. A 240 kg dry weight with some fuel and all, it is definitely 250 kgs, and you just don't feel the weight. It's really comfortable. Pulling from third gear is the same experience as it is with the Interceptor. The only thing I'll be repeatedly telling, the rear shock absorber, it's quite on harder side, and it tells you that I'm hard and you are low on weight. That's me. I'm only 66 kgs. Probably that's why it's throwing me up every time there is a small bump or some undulation on the road. I think it can easily handle a 100 kg person, and a 100 kg person will be quite comfortable. But it may be so that a heavy person may feel the shakes too much to bear for long time, for longer duration. Well, I'm not feeling that. I am riding it for the first time. I'm riding this motorcycle for the first time. I have never been to a showroom just to even experience it by touching. So for the first time I am seeing this Meteor, Super Meteor, and I'm riding it, and I'm not feeling really anything like I'm riding a altogether new motorcycle, and I need to be patient with changing of gear, clutch and brakes. It's so inviting. This motorcycle is very inviting. It invites you to be comfortable. It invites you to feel free. That is the motto of Royal Enfield. And I find it really exciting. And the best part, what I told you, is that you just don't feel like you are riding a motorcycle for the first time. Riding this motorcycle for the first time, it doesn't give you that impression that you need to be very careful about this heavy motorcycle, its weight, its handling or gear, foot peg position. You should be thinking twice before picking up speed. So it's not like that. You can just be like this, just be like this, just be as free like this. As if I'm riding a just 200cc motorcycle. Such a good engineering it is. I agree with those who have been telling this repeatedly on their reviews, that this bike while riding doesn't feel that it is a heavy bike. I agree 200%. I completely agree with their views. This bike is not at all making me feel that it's a heavy bike, and I have to be very careful about handling it. So I'm back. You can see, and whatever I have been telling, I'll be telling you.